My name is... I'm about kicking ass, I'm about taking names, and we're about making games.
The Legendary Titans.
With Regi Rock, Regi Ice and Regi Steel, it was easy to see how they represented the Stone Age, Ice Age and Iron Age respectively. The question then is, what comes next? It has never been easy for people to see their position in history as they live through it. Perhaps the defining factor of our modern age is electricity. Today, almost everywhere that humans inhabit relies, to a greater or lesser extent, on electricity. It links our communication, moves our vehicles, preserves and then cooks our food. The spread of electricity also happened to coincide with the development of the modern nation-state and the establishment of the current international order. We could easily argue that we live in the electronic age. I'm Luke Summerhays, and I love Regieleki. Science fiction and fantasy are full of energy beings. It speaks to a natural human urge to define us living things as more than the bags of chemicals reacting and reproducing that can be observed through natural science. Surely we are more than just flesh and blood and bones, and if our life force is more, then perhaps it exists separate from our bodies too. This creates ideas like the soul, ghosts and spirits, maybe even gods. It also leads to cool theoretical ideas, like the various entities encountered by the USS Enterprise, or the will-o'-the-wisps and crackling orbs of power seen in fantasy stories and games. With the way they are absorbed into the Pokeballs and transferred across computers, one could argue that Pokemon have always been some kind of energy beings. Regieleki has a body shaped somewhat like the other Titans, with a stocky body, long arms and short stumpy legs. It also somewhat resembles the bulbous shape of a light bulb, its limbs the cables, and its legs ready to plug into a socket. Overall though, Regieleki doesn't seem like a tangible physical being, but a crackling ball of electrical energy. Pokemon Sword tells us, this Pokemon is a cluster of electrical energy. It is said that removing the rings on Regieleki's body will unleash the Pokemon's latent power. In the main story of Pokemon Sword and Shield, billionaire industrialist Chairman Rose arrogantly believes only he has the intelligence to solve Galar's problems, and so releases Eternatus in a misguided attempt to solve an energy crisis which may come in 1,000 years' time. This is a pretty clear-cut narrative about the billionaire class arguing that they can save us with tech and charity, while we all know they should actually be taxed. But it did leave a dangling plot thread. How will Galar be powered afterwards? Pokemon Shield tells us, its entire body is made up of a single organ that generates electrical energy. Regieleki is capable of creating all Galar's electricity. So perhaps the fate of Regieleki is just to be plugged into a power station somewhere. Regieleki can be found in split-decision ruins in the Crown Tundra, where the player must trace the pattern on the floor representing this Pokemon or the other Galarian Titan. Once one is summoned, the other is then unavailable for that player. It is a little odd that an electricity creature is in an ancient temple made by a being millennia old, leading some to compare it to real-world fringe ideas about out-of-place artifacts. Let's think about it though. Electric mice and lightning bird deities are a common occurrence in the Pokemon world. Electricity was probably understood a lot earlier there, even if humans couldn't produce it yet. Regieleki, as a being of pure electricity, has the odd distinction of being the fastest Pokemon ever. With this mad speed and some powerful moves, it is a potential winner competitively. It hasn't appeared in the anime yet, but the two Galar Titans will be appearing very soon on our TV screens. Music for Luke Loves Pokemon is composed by Jonathan Cromie. Artwork was drawn by Katie Groves. Writing, producing, and editing is all by me, Luke Summerhays. Funding is provided by lovely listeners at patreon.com/podcastiopodcastius. For just $1 a month, you can help support the show and also listen to content early. Even if you don't want to help out, you should swing by that website for convenient links to the podcasts my pals and I create. I love it when listeners get in touch. After Regi Week, we'll be talking Latios and Latias. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about them or whatever Pokemon you love. And even if you don't feel like doing any of that, thank you so much just for listening. I love Regieleki, and remember, I love you too.